Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. The fall season is quickly approaching and I'm here to help you look and feel your best. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 trends for the season. So these trends aren't going to be anything that's too extreme or too over the top. I wanted to make sure that I brought you some trends that are not only wearable, but they're classy, chic, and ageless. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, just keep watching. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. I am an over 50 content creator, and this channel is all about fashion and style for everybody, with a special shout out to my friends that are 50 and over. So with the fall season, that means we're going to be looking at fall fashion. And for as long as I can remember, I've always been excited about this time of year. When I was a kid growing up, going back to school in September meant that we had back to school clothes. So that meant we would be getting our clothes out of layaway and getting ready for the start of the new school year. To a lot of us that love style, September and fall is our favorite season. We get to bring back the rich colors and the layers and the different textures. This is the time where we get to bring out the sweaters, the boots, the gloves, all of those great fall accessories. When it comes to trends, I look at them more like options, not rules. It's sort of like looking at a restaurant menu. Trends should resonate with your own personal style. We're not talking about buying into trends just because they're trends and just because they're popular. Trends that resonate with your style are the ones that make sense. And maybe you want to take part and maybe you don't. Either way is fine. I'm certainly not here to tell you what to do. These are just options for you to think about. Last thing I'll say before I get into the trends, it's very important that you know what your style is. When you know what your style is and you know what aligns with your style, what works for you, what makes you feel confident, then you're less likely to be overwhelmed and less likely to buy into trends that don't really fit. And then you end up with pieces that you don't love and you end up giving away, or they're just sitting in your closet. I will link a couple of videos in my description where I talk about how to find your style. Not only should you know your style, you should also set a budget so that you don't go too overboard, and it really helps you to hone in on those most important pieces rather than just buying everything that you see on impulse. And then always check your closet first. The way that trends come and go, you could very well have pieces in your closet and maybe all you want is some ideas on how to restyle those pieces. All right, so like I said, I have 5 trends that we're going to go through. I'll show you some of the designer high-end versions, and then I'll show you some more affordable options as well. Trend number 1 is slouchy bags. Now, this is a trend that's not really new. We've seen a lot when it comes to very structured bags, so it only makes sense that the trend would be moving in the opposite direction into more relaxed bags. A great way to try a trend is with an accessory. So let's say you want to introduce some texture or a pop of color. A bag is a great way to do that. A lot of these bags you'll see being handheld, which is not always practical in our day-to-day lives. But the good news is you can still find bags with straps or with straps that you can attach if you want to convert it from a clutch. So here are 3 bags that I found that I wanted to share with you. This first one is by Free People. I like the color of this bag. It does look a little more casual, I guess I'll say, I think because of the weathering on the fabric. This next one is from Nordstrom Rack. I really like this blue color. So you definitely have that relaxed feel, but this one has a strap so you can carry it on your shoulder. This last one is from Mango. I like the texture on this bag, and I also like the color. It looks like it's a little bit smaller, and it does have a handle that you can carry it with. Trend number 2 is fur. Again, fur to me is more of a classic than a trend. We see them basically every season. Whether it's faux or real or vintage, there are a lot of options out there. I do prefer vintage. The cost of fur new would be prohibitive to a lot of people. And faux fur is also fun. You can experiment with different colors and different shapes and things like that. So whether you want fun or you want classic, if you want coats or jackets, there are a lot of options when it comes to furs. Fur coats, whether they are real or not, are a great way to add some color and some texture to your outfits. And starting with this cream colored coat from Abercrombie and Fitch. I like this one because it looks polished and chic. You can dress it up, or you can also dress it down very casually with jeans. This cropped faux fur jacket from Nordstrom, I really like the color. I think it's unexpected, and the design of it says that it can be much more casual. Then I also found this one. This one I really like. This brown color is on trend, and it looks very expensive. Trend number 3 is dark chocolate brown. I've seen it called espresso in some instances. And again, this is another trend that is returning from last fall. But I really like some of the pieces that I've seen this year in the really, really dark, almost coffee bean brown, almost black. I like this brown because it's a good alternative to black. This dark espresso brown can give you that same luxe type of feel, but also with a little bit of an update. And maybe you don't want to do head to toe in this dark brown. Think about espresso in a sweater, a chunky sweater with some texture, or maybe a skirt in a faux crocodile, and also a coat that you can layer over some of your other fall pieces. Booties can be worn as soon as the weather gets a little bit cooler. They go casually with jeans or even skirts. This first pair I found at Nordstrom. I love the dark brown suede. A skirt, a midi skirt in a faux or a real leather. Or you can try these brown pants. They're in corduroy, which adds a nice texture to your looks. And then, of course, a coat. This shorter cropped pea coat is great for versatility. Trend number 4 is slouchy boots. First thing I'll say is I have been here long enough to see this trend come around at least 2 other times since I wore it way, way back in the day. I like these boots. I think they look really cool with jeans. I've seen some of the newer options that have a nice little pointy toe and more of a kitten heel. When I check my closet, I already have a lot of boots. So I will probably wait until the end of the season and maybe I'll pick up a pair when they're on clearance. This camel pair by Mark Fisher I think is very chic. I like the ruching of these boots as well as the heel and the color. This second pair, I really find the heel to be very interesting, the braided accents as well as the color. Both of these boots are reasonably priced and a great alternative to the higher end designers. Trend number 5 is maxi coats. I love coats. And I always say, I live in the Midwest. It's cold most of the year, so I need a lot of coats. I love a maxi coat because not only are they good for the weather, fall, even into winter, a coat in the fall, winter is really your entire outfit. My first choice when it comes to maxi coats is going to be vintage. A good vintage coat will beat a modern coat any day of the week. Not only are they well made, they're made out of better material. A lot of coats that are in stores today are a mix of wool and synthetic materials. Actually, last year I saw a coat that was faux wool. I'm not sure what that means. If you are in the market for a coat like Max Mara, absolutely go for it. But if not, vintage is a great alternative. For coat option, this first one is from Aritzia in this dove gray. It's not quite a maxi coat, it is below the knee, so that way you can still walk about easily. I do like a neutral coat in that it will go with pretty much anything in your wardrobe. Of course, I'm definitely not against a pop of color, especially during the colder months when it tends to be very cloudy and kind of dreary. Up next is this coat by Karen Millen. This one to me is very sophisticated, very chic. I like the very clean lines of this coat and how it ties simply with this belt. These coats are a bit more of an investment, but I have seen these in real life and they are exceptional in terms of quality and in terms of fabric. And again, a coat is an investment piece. So if you are looking to add quality to your wardrobe, a coat is a great place to start. So as a reminder, trends are not rules. If you're looking to fill a gap in your wardrobe, or you want to try something new, or you just are looking for ideas on how to style the pieces that you already have, checking out the trends is great for all of those reasons. So those are the trends that I wanted to share with you. There are many more trends that are out there. I'm actually thinking I might do a part 2. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. I will be sure to put links in the description for any of the items that are available now. I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, comment. It'll really help me out. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel. It is absolutely free. And I do see that there are a lot of people that watch the videos but haven't yet subscribed. So I do want to invite you to be a part of the community. I am also on Instagram, so you can join me there for more updates. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Let me make sure it's recording. Yes, boots. And I will, whatever. All right. All right. I will link.